during that particular event where you get to meet just them during the pre-wedding, so you can actually, it's one of the ways that you can actually relate and get them to have the confidence that they should have in you.
What then do you say is a good photograph? Okay, then you get to understand, maybe, just maybe, it's not a bride in a gown.
Yeah.
Or not bridesmaids laughing. Or not a bride tearing up. That is a good shot for you, because if you don't understand what you are doing, you don't realize the moment.
Yeah.
You'd watch the moment than capturing it.
Yes.
Do you understand? But if it is your work and you realize how important that moment is, you even capture it before it comes. Or you can even force it to come, so you capture it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
The challenging experience or situation they face most of the time is clients that have paid for their service and still don't have 100% trust in them. We need to get the client having so much confidence in us that we can deliver something good for them. And that will, at the long run, like, heighten our spirits, you know, give us some high hopes, make us confident to be able to execute. Even the things that we are not supposed to be doing, we will be doing it more because the client has confidence in us.
So be at ease. We can, rest assured that everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Hope you're doing great. This is your boy Copy Shots. In today's video, we are giving you yet another discussion. I don't want to be calling this an interview, but a discussion where we interact and talk about how far creatives have come from the onset when they started their craft up till now. And I have with me, I would like you to introduce yourself fully. I don't want to touch it at all. So can you do us the honor?
Okay. So I'm PK. Everybody knows me as PK.
Yeah.
The moment you hear my English name, meaning that there's money coming. If it's not about money, you can never hear that name anywhere.
Truly.
Either I'm sending money or you are giving me money. So we live here for PK.
Okay. And as we move into it, right?
And as we move into, when we see that the monetization of the YouTube channel, money is inside, we'll bring on.
I agree.
So I'm creative director for Focus and Blair, F&B Films, and we've been here for a minute.
Yes. So my audience will definitely want to know how you started out, what informed your interest in what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So how I started out is actually a very interesting journey, very interesting story as well. So I've always been passionate about art.
Yeah.
And art in a very broad spectrum. So photography, video, film, music, fashion. I've actually been the kind of person who loves to see all these nice things. Okay. I found myself in a graphic design industry at a very, very young age.
Okay.
That is like 2005.
Okay.
And I learned graphic design from that point and practice as well. Been practicing to date, it's just that now I don't commercialize it. I do it strictly for the business.
Okay.
Yes. But then we have a graphic design department right here in Focus and Blair, and we take care of, we do a lot of designing, commercial designing, but to specific clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I don't normally see it all across, because if I hear of Focus and Blair, I know about photography and filmmaking.
Yes.
But that's actually new to me.
Yes. Yeah. So there are so many things that will be very new to you with us, because we target certain audience.
Okay.
You see, and I keep saying this all the time, we didn't go to school for this, so we start and make so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And when we realize certain mistakes and we tend to correct it, we correct them in our own way.
Yeah.
Some aspects of Focus and Blair that we are running this present days, we've really kept it on the low, because we prefer to meet who and deal with the person than putting it on the gram as a big deal. Okay.
Yeah.
What we want to put on the gram, however, is what you are seeing.
Okay.
So there's a piece of us that is shared all over. Some people are enjoying us in silence, and they prefer it that way.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So yes. So company was registered as a multimedia company.
All right.
So it's not just photography
Not just
and
photography.
videography. We do graphic design, website. We do
Oh, okay.
so many
many
things.
things.
Yes, and they are still we are pending. You see, we are doing a new production at the back there. We are extending
Yeah.
the company, the building, and then we have all these things come to play full time. Yes, so
All right.
yeah, so there's a bigger picture somewhere, but yes, it's just that as a young guy who was very ambitious and wanted to be a creative, learned graphic design, did some very good designs and was seen all over the place for a while. And when I say was seen all over the place, somebody will ask, what did you do that way? So yes, I mean, you get these things all the time. Sometimes you don't want to give the details, but I know somebody will be questioning and be like, "Dang, I know why." Or what have you done? You know. Okay. So at a very early age, we got the opportunity to design a very huge university's crest, which is currently being used. And it was a big deal because it's still a big deal. It's a national project. You understand?
And it's still in use.
Very much in use, and we are happy about that, and so many other things. Fast forward after university, I got the opportunity to work at an advertising agency.
Okay. As
a graphic designer at the agency. So we were talking about lots of billboards, Club Beer Shandy, Better Malt, Voltic, all over Ghana. The designs was there. And it was a boutique agency, so a little bit of your creativity is very important. It's not like 10 graphic designers and then you don't see what you do. Whatever you do is what actually goes out there. So, I mean, it brought in that, that give me that audacity. I should put it that way. It gave me that audacity that, you know what, it's possible you can achieve something great for yourself.
And trust me, I mean, looking at your work, you've actually achieved a lot. And it is definitely through all the experiences that you've accumulated so far.
Right.
So bringing it down, scaling it down to, let's say, wedding photography, which Focus on Blair is definitely known for the most.
Okay.
How was it transitioning from graphic design into doing wedding photography?
Right. So, it wasn't really difficult. I always say this, that to be a wedding photographer, it has to be a personal lifestyle. In the first place. Like everything about you has to speak it. You realize that you are going to handle somebody's emotions. You are going to handle a lot of people at a time. Are you a people's person? You understand? And how do you respond to issues when there's a little pressure, when there's too much fun, when there's no fun at all? Like all these things, and all these relate to people. Okay, you're going to manage people at the end of the day. Are you that kind of person? Once you are, and I was fortunate to be, because I'm that kind of person. I'm there. So let's go and make it. Let's jam. Let's party. Shall we? I don't cry. Shall we come? I'm the guy who is always bringing everybody around to let's do something. So wedding photography came a bit more easy for me at the time where I was trying to find myself. Because I started with portrait photography, studio setup and all that, and I loved it. But I also was introduced to wedding photography, and I realized that, this really is my style as compared to just having people in the studio quiet. I like the crowd. I like the music.
Having a lot of people around, a lot of activity.
I love the crowd, love the music, love the jamming. You understand? All those things.
You know what? One thing that makes wedding photography very interesting is that it encompasses all various kinds or all genres in photography. Food, fashion, beauty, portraiture, lifestyle. Everything is just in it. So I love how you said this. Now, then it's going to be a problem if you don't even understand that as a wedding photographer, you have to be a 360 photographer. And you might as well should have had an opportunity tackling all these things in some part of your life. You understand? So doing studio, for instance, and doing portraits gives you a huge upper hand. Okay, because then you get to know how to model lights, you know how to put light somewhere, you know how to understand
I mean, lighting in itself.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is also maybe with my graphic design background, with Illustrator and layout, you get to even know how to lay out maybe the details for the jewelry.
Yeah.
You understand? And all these things play like
A major role.
very important roles.
Yeah.
So bringing my graphic design instincts,
Yes.
marrying it with photography, made my wedding photography like, yeah, this is my space.
Yeah.
This is my turf.
Felt like you belong to.
I'm here.
Yeah. You belong to this space.
I'm here. And that's why I didn't do it. I really don't do so many other aspects of photography. If it's not wedding, then maybe it's lifestyle and portrait.
Yeah.
I don't stress to say I'm traveling to go and do some travel photo.
No.
I don't really stress to do that. Not that it can't be done, but if it must be done right.
Yeah, true. If it must be done, right. Yeah, so wedding photography has to do with a lot, just like we've said. And working with people, you're definitely going to meet different types of people, if I should put it that way. Everyone's different in how they react to some things. So how do you, organize yourself? Of course, weddings, you definitely have to move in the team.
Yes.
So how do you dispatch, and how do you make sure you control everything on set to make sure that things are not done wayward, or, to keep the emotions of your subjects in place?
Right. I mean, so you mean to say, how do you even check your team
Exactly.
to make sure that even if you release one person to the groom, you know what is going to come out? I think it boils down to the respecting of the team play itself, where you have given somebody a task and you know the person is going to deliver. Mm-hmm. Another thing is what has been pre-prepped.
Yeah.
You understand that you know that for what has been pre-prepped, it is on script, like it's on brand. Yeah. So it's brand execution straight up.
Yes.
Okay. And and once all that is properly understood, it's only the rest is say a word of prayer and make it happen. You understand? And at a point you should understand that you have to let go. You can't do all by yourself.
Yeah.
You definitely have to let go. Yes, after pre-prepping, after everything, there are going to be a few mistakes coming through, even either from yourself or from your team. You understand? But you also immediately have to have this solving of problem instincts,
contingency plan.
Yes, to fix things around quickly as and when. You understand? So it doesn't come easy. That's the first thing.
Not at all.
To finish an entire wedding, both traditional wedding and white wedding, with your team, come home and say we've done it and done it right. It's not easy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not easy because trust is one thing. Did you really shoot it right? Are you sure everything is backed up, like you shot it right? You're sure your exposures are right? Everything is right, because it's a continuous event. And once one is done, the next is happening. It's happening. We can't redo it.
True.
You understand?
True.
So it's not easy, but then it is necessary that you allow people to grow.
Yeah.
The people around you allow them to grow. Allow them the task.
Yeah.
Let them take it one step at a time. Let them make the mistakes that they can make, but also monitor that they are growing by the minute.
Yeah.
And things get a bit softer with time.
Yeah. And it will even make it easy in the long run when you are dispatching them to wherever. You can confidently stay at ease that things are going to be executed.
Yes. And trust is built.
Right way. Exactly.
And trust is built.
True. So being a wedding photographer, leading a team, what has it actually informed you about leadership, and how much has it facilitated your coexistence with your team?
Right. It has taught me to be 1,000,000% patient.
Yeah.
With myself and with life and with people.
Yeah.
I mean, it will humble you to the core.
Yes.
Every young person has this hot blood and wanting to see things go in their way according to how they have planned it. But life has its own plan.
Yeah.
You forget that there was life before you came in.
True.
So whatever is set in life is going to happen.
Yeah.
Whatever you are trying to bring in is supposed to happen. But life is going to happen.
Yeah.
You are hoping whatever you bring in happen. They are going to conflict.
Yeah.
You understand? If it's for my assistant to make 20 mistakes to get it right. I don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
On his third mistake, I'm chastising. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm scolding. I'm,
You're berating him or something like that.
Yes, which is very wrong. But in actual fact, maybe it's been written that has to go through a lot of process to get something happen. So, in as much as we are human and sometimes we can flare up at any given point. My boys know me. I flare up immediately and everything has vanished. Like I don't even remember I even told you my mind. You understand? This is literally how I am. But it's helped me because you can't also be quiet about situations. You should let them understand how it is, how it feels, and what is at stake.
Yes.
You understand?
Those things will be taken for granted.
Thank you very much. You understand? So you have to play both ends as a leader.
Yeah.
Also understanding everybody's individual needs.
Yeah.
And when I say individual needs, I mean personal needs. You have to show that all of them, know them, understand them, and deal with them individually. So for these years, I have learned this in a very hard way and trying to find ways around all that. So being a leader would definitely humble you in life. Otherwise, you will lose whoever you're working with. And then the next comes and you lose. The next comes and you lose. It'll
be the same thing recurring over and over again.
Yes, and you can't literally lead anybody anymore. You understand? Or nobody's going to say anything good about you as a leader.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is what it has taught me in life, to be very patient. To be extremely patient.
Yeah.
That one. I never had it when I was young. I was not patient. I must be honest.
Wow.
Yes, I was not patient. I don't understand why this is not happening. I don't understand why this is not going the way it's supposed to be, because it has to. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, this is not rocket science.
I can actually relate to it because personally, I've gone through all that, working with people, and sometimes if you are not very patient, you might say things that you wouldn't be able to take back. You really regret.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next thing is for your people to also know you. I think they do a very good job. I think subordinates or people that work with you do a very good job knowing you. Because I've come to realize that when they know you, even when they mess up, they probably will be waiting for you to scold them.
To scold them.
But then they are just waiting for that anyway, and we move on.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They don't take it too personal. You understand? Don't take it too personal. They get to understand the mess. And then let's find a way to solve it. We move on. And the last thing is you'd never bring it up again.
True.
Yes, you don't make it a thing to constantly say.
Just because you know very well that in the end it's going to be done with and I can just move on.
Yeah, you feel me?
You don't just do
so, patience. And then another very important thing is to stand up for things. Responsibility.
Yes.
As a leader, you stand up for anything. So in a case scenario where like whoever is working with you has done something that is affecting the brand, and at the end of the day you still have to take responsibility for anything somebody has done. You can't even mention the person's name anywhere. You can only chase them, take the blame, and then try to solve the problem for them. And that is another key thing, to be very responsible for anything and everything. And the third one that has taught me is to take action regardless. So you have to enforce things to work. So we are doing this, let's do this. It's not like it's a tabletop conversation and you have it and then nothing is happening. No. Let's do it. Has to be done. Because that's the only way we move. That's the only way you can move forward from A to B. You understand? So 3 things: patience, taking responsibility, and taking actions.
That really informs me a lot about a lot of things. I mean, just as I said, I can actually relate with it because I've been a leader myself on several occasions. Currently, I mostly work alone, but when I used to work with a huge team or a number of people, I had to be very wary of whatever my utterances may be when it comes to taking responsibility for what they may have done that I wouldn't have done personally. As photographers, we are definitely going to turn out to be leaders one day and lead a team.
Yes.
So this is very important that people get to know.
Yeah.
And this is something that we don't normally get to hear from forerunners who are in the same discipline as we are trying to find ourselves.
Right.
You'll definitely see them working on tutorials, talking about how they took this picture, the best camera and all that.
Right.
But these are also equally imperative aspect of the craft so that we can shape ourselves in a good form, and moving forward we can train people as well. And it's going to move in that same stream, and things will be in consistency.
Awesome.
Just like that.
Awesome.
Just like that.
Awesome.
So bringing it back to weddings, there's something very funny that I saw on YouTube. I watched this video and was talking about the things that you should look out for if you are wanting to have your foot at the door shooting weddings.
Right.
And they were talking about most of the disadvantages. So in relation to that, I want to find out most of your challenges when you started out, and even those that you're still facing, where you are, where you've come to. What is the most relatable experience that you think definitely is inevitable for youngsters when they are starting out their craft in wedding photography, what they are going to meet, so they can get themselves prepared?
Right. And the key word is for the up and coming.
Yes.
I think the challenging experience or situation they face most of the time is clients that have paid for their service and still don't have 100% trust in them. So clients tend to book a photographer, but still don't give them that maximum trust and confidence that they can execute the job.
Really? And what could be the...
And I realized it from the beginning of mine, when I started wedding photography, when you're a young photographer coming into the scene, and there are already big names out there.
Yeah.
You understand? There could be a situation where you hear something like, and this is something somebody has told me before, and that was when Focus and Blur like was big a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it says something like, hey, these things that you are doing here, if Focus and Blur was here, like you guys all, you know, go do this.
Wow.
For instance, maybe bridesmaids holding their phones when they are saying put your phones away, and then they are not doing it, like because it's some young photographer saying,
so they don't
you think he is
regard them as much.
Not regarding them as much. That little bit of, and I don't want to use the word disrespect. That's why I'm trying to say confidence. You understand? They don't put the confidence, and they don't give them the confidence right back. We are forgetting that the energy that you give to the photographer is the same energy he brings to you on your
and
day.
even your event.
So if you book him, whoever he is, you have a reason why you booked him, and you paid for that much. You still don't compare him in the back of your mind to a big name.
Not at all.
You understand?
And do you know that the most, should I say, unbearable part of it is that they actually tend to mention the names of these big brands.
Yes.
They mention the names that, oh, if it were to be this person, whatever.
And it hits you one time, and and your spirit is like,
down.
You understand? And it doesn't work. And also, because of that, also there's a bit of disrespect, for lack of better words, in there somewhere, where like the bride's auntie is like photo with all those things. Because I've realized that some of the weddings, if we should, for lack of better word, high profile weddings, okay, they prepare enough for the photographer who is going to capture the event. The extent that even the family members know that this particular person is coming. And that respect is there through and through. The bride's mother can even just come and say hello to the photographer. When the photographer gets in, the bride even says, hello, mommy, so this is the photographer, his name is this. And it's like, oh, okay, welcome. Have you eaten? But the young upcoming photographers hardly get such treatment. Okay, so I don't know. They forced and pushed this to have like a class boundary system. And it's not supposed to be so, because it's just treatment. At the end of the day, it's just treating who? You feel me?
Yeah.
So even if you are not paying so much for that photographer, what stops you from preparing very well to meet the
Because in
photographer?
the end, the images are going to be sent to you and they are going to be yours. So whatever you give to them is what you'll be taking back.
Yes.
I mean, and if your pictures don't end up having the right emotions, you smiling and everyone's so happy in the pictures, it's going to be your fault.
Yes. So for beginners, this is one of the key things.
Yeah.
We need to get the client having so much confidence in us that we can deliver something good for them. And that will at the long run like heighten our spirits, you know, give us some high hopes, make us confident to be able to execute even the things that we are not supposed to be doing. I will be doing it more because the client has confidence in us.
So be at ease. We can, I mean, rest assured that everything's going to be fine.
Yes.
And do you know what I do? Let's say if I have a wedding and I'm going to shoot it, mostly I've realized that other photographers pay for pre-wedding photo shoots, and it scares some of the clients off because there's going to definitely be an increment in charges. What I normally would do is I'll list that as part of the offers that I'm going to give to them free of charge. Then I'll get the opportunity to meet them when there's little to no pressure, because just the two of them, myself and probably my team, that's where we can relate and talk, have fun, and they understand who I am in person. And in the long run, when they have a good time, it's going to even help them out when during the wedding itself, the event itself, and there's a lot of pressure, they can reminisce what we did during the pre-wedding, and it will become so easy for them to actually relate with how I'll talk to them. Even the diction I will use, turn this way, can you, chin up, or whatever it is.
Right.
I feel that during that particular event where you get to meet just them during the pre-wedding, so you can actually, it's one of the ways that you can actually relate and get them to have the confidence that they should have in you.
But I think you're also mixing relating to the client to the business of photography.
Okay.
You don't mix the two. Okay. So this is when you were practicing. When did you do wedding photography? When did you stop?
When I think 2 years ago, probably.
Okay.
Effectively last year.
Okay. Yes. So 2 years ago, we would have done the same thing where pre-wedding is part of the main wedding package. But then we realized that interest became higher for pre-wedding, and clients had so many hopes, styles, and like proper photography sessions, like editorial sessions for pre-wedding alone, that couldn't fit in the wedding price or the wedding budget.
Because it involves a lot when it happens that way.
Yes. So it could. So that session can't be free again.
Yes.
Because pre-weddings don't become 1 hour again. Neither does it become 2 hours. Sometimes you do 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Even just for
Sometimes
2 hours.
half a day.
Sometimes you can go and sit down and wait for them somewhere and they are never there.
True.
You understand? But because it's a pre-wedding and it's something prior to an event, the photographer is so much interested in getting it right.
Yes.
It's even, that feeling is even different from doing a normal editorial, a normal birthday shoot.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now we value that as a full work production. Now let's speak about how to relate to clients. You know the word consultation. And don't get me wrong, I used to do exactly what you're saying. I called my pre-wedding a meet and greet.
Okay.
Back in the days.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. I would want to meet and greet you. My pre-wedding is just a meet and greet, and it's literally free. So I want to know you. I want you to relate to me. I want you to meet my camera. I want us to have that fun. It is there. But I'd rather do a consultation than just a meet and greet. Pre-wedding can also let me meet you, can also introduce you to my camera, and all that at a fee. My first consultation is free.
Okay.
We sit down and discuss your wedding through and through. It can't be obstructed with having to go and shoot.
Yes.
Because we need to go and shoot, so we can't have a conversation. No, this is a conversation. So we sit down. When is your wedding? What are your colors? All those things. What are your tones? All that. And we discuss everything in colors. Everything that is going to be. Who is your videographer? While we have the reception? How many bridesmaids do you have? What is your kind of wedding reception? Your gown? Is it a ball gown? Is it a slim gown? Okay. Why do you like ball gowns? Who is your all those questions. You understand? Now when that is done, it's a whole session on its own, and it informs me on what to do.
Exactly.
And that is when we take your pre-wedding is later.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in itself is photography production, but the relationship can also not be relating to each other and knowing each other can also not be rushed.
Yeah. True.
So we took it from there, and now it works because I'd rather have a consultation than mix it up with pre-wedding, and I still have my business running, collecting the amount that I deserve to shoot your pre-wedding and the wedding itself.
That's the most effective way, trust me. That's actually the most effective way. Because photographers would rather have this session where they talk to their clients just on phone and not actually meet them, make time to actually meet them. But rather, like what I used to do, meet them during the pre-wedding.
Yeah.
If I am lucky to get them there, then that's where we go to relate. But I think
there's been an involvement. I mean, and that's why I say we keep learning by the day.
Yeah.
Realizing our issues and our problems and trying to fix it. See, anybody practicing any style or scheme for the past 2 years consistently the same way is doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because change is the new consistency.
Okay.
Willing to accept that this is not working for me and I need to find a way around it is the new consistency. It's the only way it can help you grow.
Yes.
And the only way it can help you be consistent.
Yeah.
So I keep bringing up new schemes just to find a way to see if we can solve certain problems around us to make things a bit more easier. Yes, it's not always going to be 100% right, but we are willing to change immediately to see how the next thing works.
Yeah.
You understand? The point of even having to speak to clients on the phone just to have a wedding, we have had a new style to it. I think we'll discuss in your next segment.
Okay. I'll be pleased to know that. Okay, that was really, really impactful and insightful. So, moving on, I'm sure that there are definitely other things that Focus and Blair is known for by a group of people, as you normally would put it.
Right.
So, you mentioned about the sales of gear and all that. I want you to actually elaborate on that.
So Focus and Blair has collaborated with some partners in the States and in the UK.
Okay.
And we are selling gear for photographers, and not just gear. We're actually doing tech stuff. So we sell tech stuff and gear. Our idea is to also get the best deals for all photographers especially here in Ghana. So apart from the new products, we're also looking for best deal in mint products as well. Okay. Also, these are products that we can say that yes, they are the best to shoot, to work with, because we've been here for a minute. We've tried some of these things and we know what is working for us.
Yeah.
So we can testify to say that this product is good. Yeah. This product is okay. We'll be so our page on Instagram is Gear Pro Plus.
Okay.
Where we sell all these gear stuff. Also, we'll be sharing videos of how to use these modifiers, these gears all over, so people can understand the use, tutorial, and I mean a whole lot more. Yeah. There's a bigger picture to this, like a very bigger picture. And I said it to somebody, and the person was just blown away.
Wow.
Yes. It's a dream. Yeah. And I can't wait for it to come. And you guys will see.
Happen. Yes. It will definitely happen. I'm also being hopeful, looking forward to your YouTube channel becoming active.
Hopefully.
So we can have more of you. I mean,
hopefully. Yeah. Then again, Focus and Blair also so we have a graphic design department.
Yeah.
And I've said it so many times on different platforms that we do graphic design just for in-house.
Okay.
But we've had so many requests, and we are looking at opening up for a few people out there as well. So graphic designing, creating of logo, brand identity, your complimentary cards, like a whole lot, souvenirs, all those things are something that we have a new department for that we are working on very soon.
That's
so there are so many other cool stuff, really cool stuff, but because we are still working it out to
Still in
the
the
top.
process, yeah.
We can't say so much now,
Yeah,
but
I understand.
you get to see them.
Sure. I'm going to definitely link down there in the description below some ways that you can get access to Focus and Blair as a whole, with some links to their social media platforms and wherever that you can find them, so you can make a contact with them if you need anything from Focus and Blair.
Right.
I want you to give us your ultimate final words. What you give to anyone who definitely confronts you, asks you about how they can start things out. I mean, photography, filmmaking, whatever it may be. What's the advice you can give my audience?
So I would say that be true to yourself as a person. Most often than not, I tell young people who say, "Oh, I want to do photography. I'm an upcoming." I ask you, "What kind of photography do you want to do?"
Yeah.
And then they just want to make me feel okay to say, "Oh, wedding photography." I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because if you're not true to yourself, you'll be lost
Yeah.
in the space. So spend time on yourself. Do an introspection.
Yeah.
Ask yourself questions that pertain to yourself. Who are you? Maybe go to the beach, sit there alone, travel somewhere, be there alone. Think about life. Think about you. Think from where you've come from where you've come from to where you are now. What embodies yourself, your personality?
Yeah.
And then, if it happens to fall in the art, what then is true art for you? If it's photography, what then do you say is a good photograph? Okay, then you get to understand, maybe, just maybe, it's not a bride in a gown,
Yeah.
or not bridesmaids laughing, or not a bride tearing up. That is a good shot for you, because if you don't understand what you are doing, you don't realize the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd watch the moment than capturing it.
Yes.
Do you understand? But if it is your work and you realize how important that moment is, you even capture it before it comes. Or you can even force it to come, so you capture it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So introspection is necessary. Being true to self is necessary. Third thing is being patient to the process.
Yeah.
In the sense that understanding that you just got yourself in this space doesn't mean you're going to make all the money you wish to make as a young, and even as a young people that have so much to buy and acquire. And all the things that you really wish for in this life, it might not necessarily be that at this very present moment whatever you're doing will give you what you want. Patience is key.
Yeah.
Okay, being an apprentice is key for a very good startup. If you are going to be a photographer, being it a studio, wedding photography, even travel, documentary, tag along with someone who is in the field and respected in the field. Learn why they are what or who they are. Understand why they are who they are. Learn the process of how they go through life as who they are. Because if you take out just being a photographer to understudy me, you might not learn anything.
Yeah.
Because majority of what makes me is not me holding a camera.
True.
It embodies everything else outside holding the camera. And that is what you want to learn, because that's what you are seeing in me holding the camera.
True. Yeah.
So learn further and beyond the person that is your boss or is your senior holding the camera. Whatever is good about his attitude and lifestyle, embrace it and appreciate it. And see that your money is in that. Your worth is actually in what you are picking out from the person, and not necessarily material, because money is going to come.
Yeah.
Money comes to anybody and everybody at any given time.
Yeah.
So are opportunities. So are situations. And the question is, where you stand when those opportunities or when the money comes is where the problem is. So I give a very interesting scenario, like if I meet you at the club today and I give you 20,000 Ghana cedis at the club, the chances that you buy 3 bottles of Moe is high.
It's high.
Because when I met you were chilling, so you use the money to chill small.
Yeah.
When I meet you at the bank and I give you 20,000, the chances that you put it in your account or do an investment with it is high.
It's also high. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So opportunities come. Where do you stand when it comes?
True. Yeah.
What kind of mindset? What are you listening to? What are you reading? What are your thoughts? When you get the opportunities, what counts? If your thought is that this boss at the work with tomorrow, so Seth, you go chop my ass, yeah, will give me the money some tomorrow. Your mind is blocking you from understanding what's really good that you can get out of him.
Yes. Yeah.
You understand? So perspective, mindsets, all those things have to be checked. And all these things come in the introspection level, finding yourself, understanding your situation, understanding your surrounding, your environment, what's going on. And it has nothing whatsoever to do with holding the camera. This is pure life.
Yeah.
This is life. And you don't handle this right, I'm not sure you understand being given a talent then. Because when the master was leaving and gave his boys, the servants, the talents, the mindset of the last one caused him to do whatever he did.
True.
It's in the mind. Your opportunity to be said, when you come to me, oh, you want to be part of me, what is the mindset? Because I'm going to give you a talent. What is in your mind? You feel me?
Yeah.
So we don't have to take these things off the camera stuff, life in itself, and who we are and what we stand to project as a problem. We don't have to undermine it at all. It's the underlying factor of everything at the end of the day. At the end of the day, that's the underlying factor. Once you get that right, and you know it is possible, it's necessary, it takes time, and everything can happen. I think anybody gives you the little chance, you make the best. You make the best out of it.
True.
You make the best. I'm telling you.
You can.
Once your mind is, trust me.
Yeah. So everything begins from here.
Yes, it's here.
What you make of the opportunities that are being presented to you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you make the most out of anything that you get. It's true. It's very true. You don't look at just the shallow part of it, but the bigger picture of it and how much you can, should I say, in quote, exploit your way in a positive manner.
Yes.
I mean, get the best out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
This has been very, very impactful. I mean, I've done a lot of chats, but this one I think goes a long way into helping not just photographers, but a broader audience. And we can't thank you enough, PK.
Anytime, bro.
It's been very, very wonderful having you. And I'm looking forward to doing a couple of other things that we can collaborate on projects.
When I get to Kumasi, I'm looking at coming to
Kumasi. Yeah. The last time you came, we couldn't meet.
I'm looking at coming to Kumasi and spending more days. I mean, I want to come to Kumasi without, not necessarily for photography, just in Kumasi.
Okay.
I just want to be in Kumasi. Maybe
when you come through, I'm
4
your
days,
guy.
1 week.
I'm your guy.
I'm here.
You can move through.
All right,
and I'm sure that equally other guys would also want to like to meet you.
Yes. Yeah. Why not? Why
really
not? I'm very accessible. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Very, very accessible.
Yes. So. And I mean, it's a good quality that you have. I think that's one huge quality that almost every leader I think should have, because in as much as you are willing to share, people that come to you also may have something that they could, say or do for you to also pick a thing or two from.
Right.
Because not always coming from the leaders, but also leaders learn from subordinates as well as amateurs. Let me put it that way, and it's also going to help our industry grow as a whole, and we are all going to be happy.
Nice one.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Nice one.
So when you come to Kumasi, I'll be more than willing to meet up, and we can do.
Yeah, we'll go to a few fufu. We'll go eat some fufu necessary.
What is it with photographers and fufu?
I think it's what's the way we from Accra and Kumasi fufu is the
Okay,
question.
okay, I think
Because
so.
I think we just have the mindset that if you come to Kumasi and you don't eat fufu, you have not gone
You
to
haven't-
Kumasi.
yeah, it's just like when you come to Accra, you don't see the sea.
yes, you've not come to Accra.
True,
You
yeah.
haven't. But have you gone to see the sea though?
Oh, a couple of times. I've done a lot of projects, guys. You've seen it too. I know that he's trying to pull my legs. But it has been very, very wonderful.
Right.
And you guys, you know how we do it over here on Creative Shots. We talk about a lot of things that can help support our lives and make our lives better and help us out with our purchasing decisions when it comes to things accustomed to gear and as well as, our livelihood. And it has actually broadened our spectrum of understanding of how we can intertwine our life and how much we learn from people, not just the craft, but their lives as well, to help us make the right decisions
Right.
so that we can improve ourselves as human, as people who will be definitely working with other people. And in the long run, we can develop ourselves to the maximum. So this has been Creative Chat, and I've been your host, Kobe Shots. I'm going to see you later in the next video, but do well to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the post notification button because it's going to be a lot more impactful videos like this coming your way. And I'm going to see you in the next video once again. Have a wonderful day. See ya.
Bye, Bumi.
Thank you so much.